the great state of South Carolina, former chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, Lindsey Graham. What are your thoughts, Senator? First of all, welcome, and what are your thoughts on what Kevin Kleinsmith did and the sentence he received?
Well, I was shocked, really. It makes me wonder about two things. The government recommended from 0 to 6 months. The foundation of the rule of law, as you said, Trey, is trust by the public. You're presumed innocent, but there has to be some trust that if somebody's charged with a crime, excuse me, there's at least something there. If the government is surveilling a private citizen, you have to believe that the system has some checks and balance in it. So here we have a case where you have the FBI's lawyer, whose job it is to screen warrant applications, manufactures evidence, changes evidence that was exculpatory to make Carter Page look bad, and he doesn't get a day in jail. How do you tell the average American the system worked where the lawyer in charge of processing the warrant pleads guilty of falsifying information to get a warrant against an American citizen? And you may not like Trump, you may not like Carter Page, I get that, but you should want a system that is better than this. So it makes me think he must be cooperating with the government, because if he's not cooperating with the government, and he did what he did, and he gets no time in jail, that's a horrible signal to send to the public and to deter future misconduct.
You know, you put your finger on something, Senator. Not only did this FBI lawyer not get any jail time, but some of Bob Mueller's prosecutors actually asked for leniency. And one in particular, Andrew Weissman, said he didn't even commit a crime. So for folks looking for equal treatment for both sides, they shouldn't look at this case.
Well, you're getting rewarded, basically. What deterrence comes from this? How would you feel if it was somebody in your family where the lawyer at the FBI manufactured evidence against your loved one so the government could continue to surveil them, accusing them basically of being a foreign spy, and there's no there? So this sentence is disconnected from the level of the crime. It's not going to restore trust. It's going to create more cynicism. And I just makes me wonder that he must be helping the government, because if he's not helping the government, this really is a travesty of justice.
I want to pick on your legal mind for something else. You and I both knew the lawyers that were handling President Trump's defense. Good lawyers, but they're no longer on the team. It seems sort of late in the process to be switching legal teams. What are your thoughts on that? What, if anything, do you know about why Butch and the others left?
Well, you know, they're a great team. You know Butch, I know Butch. We know the whole team, Debbie, the whole crowd. They're really good lawyers. Too many cooks in the kitchen, I think. A lot of problems there with just never got off to a good start. I think the people coming in now are really good lawyers. I think the case is still the same. The bottom line is, I believe an impeachment of a president out of office is unconstitutional. I don't believe the speech given by the president fits the incitement statute, that it's not a crime. And there's mounting evidence that the people came to Washington, pre-planned the attack before the president ever spoke. So I'm confident of the outcome here, that we're going to have more than 45 votes for a motion to dismiss on the idea that this is unconstitutional impeachment pursuing somebody out of office. I think the acquittal number will be pretty close. It'll be in the high 40s. But the question is, Trey, how does this trial end? If the House managers want to use this as a political commercial against Donald Trump and Republicans, and they want to call witnesses now, they didn't call during the impeachment process in the House, this thing could go for weeks or months, and that would be bad for the country. So to my Democratic colleagues, if you vote to call one witness, none were called in the House, get ready for a long trial.
Well, we've only got a couple of seconds, but let me ask you, do you anticipate witnesses being called and then being cross-examined?
I hope not. They didn't call any in the House. I think we know what happened that day. But if you open up that can of worms, we'll want the FBI to come in and tell us about how people actually pre-planned these attacks and what happened with the security footprint at the Capitol. You open up Pandora's box if you call one witness. I hope we don't call any and we vote and get this trial over next week when it starts.
Well, I know you're on the jury, and I've often wondered whether or not you would ever be picked for jury service, and I guess you are. Next week it starts.
The people of South Carolina picked me. I'll try to do right by them.
Amen. I'll see you. Thank you for joining us, Senator.